Dollar. Dirt on money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? Third time's the charm. Yo, we tried to do y'all, I'm drained, bro. And both times is my fault. So I apologize.
No one's fault.
No, both times is my fault.
No
First off,
well, the first time I cursed in
the first 20 seconds of the video. I said, dang, I can't do that. And then we did a whole intro, got ready to start, got a minute into the video. Some seconds into the video. And then I'm not even showing y'all the video, man. So,
now the first time your fault. The second time, both of our fault.
Nah, it's still my fault because I got the gadget in front of me.
Yeah, but I need to be more.
You ain't got to worry
observant.
About it. But we got the worst job in America, and spill for the third time. I said I feel like the worst job in America is to be the United States president. Reason why, again. No matter what you do, no matter how great you be, somebody's still not going to like you in that position. Somebody's still going to get mad and feel like they didn't get what they wanted out of your run or term or whatever. Mm-hmm. Somebody's always going to feel left out. So no matter how good you try to do or like that's probably, to me, that could be the worst job to ever have in America. And I don't understand why people even run for it. I'd be like, and then honestly, every time somebody go in, they look away, they come out, you be like, ooh, yeah.
Been through it.
They've been through it. Like, go to every president the day they get, go through inauguration, and then the day they found their final term, look how much they have changed in a short amount of time. First of all, if you just only one term, that's 4 years. You most people don't age that bad in 4 years. The average person,
fast, yeah.
The president always age. No matter who it is, they always age that fast. So, hey man, with that being said, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
But let's try to get it right now. Boom. Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about, y'all. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go, man.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, that's because I work the worst job in America called Mental Health Therapy Aide, or MHATAs for short. MHATAs work in psych wards and are basically babysitters for adults, feeding them, monitoring them, getting viciously attacked by them, all for the low pay of $35,000 a year. That's right. Dang. For an unlivable wage, you too can deal with the stress of, will I get assaulted today? When I started the job, I had no idea what I was getting into. All they asked in the interview process was, are you okay with mandated overtime? In which they might as well have asked, how poor are you? Because who is okay with being forced to work? Hey, did you think you're about to go home? Well, not anymore. We're going to need to watch Billy. Be careful, he's off his meds and loves to bite. My first day on the job taught me what anxiety really is. It started by being dumped on the sex offenders unit and told to take roll call. Imagine all of a sudden being surrounded by 30 psychotic predators and having to talk to every single one of them. Not only that, but as I'm asking for people's names, all I'm doing is making enemies. Because 90% of psych patients are lazy, drugged up idiots who spend most of the day sleeping. And my white ass is just tapping them on the shoulder like, hey, what's your name? Go yourself. Okay, I don't see yourself here. Is it Jerry? Is that your name? Jerry. But that fear eventually subsides, lulling you into a false sense of security. Now you're much easier to attack. You'll remember to be anxious next time a food tray's thrown at your face. It's what you get for opening up their package of bread, sprinkling in rat poison, and putting the wrapper back on, thinking I wouldn't notice. So what's the training like to handle an aggressive patient? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You see, I'm not allowed to hit, tackle, or even bear hug him. No, it's too cruel. All I'm allowed to do is redirect. So if a patient is coming at me with a hammer, all I can do is redirect him away. It sounds ridiculous and...
I'm done. I'm so done.
Hey, would you work in one of these? I don't think I could. Patience level is very low.
I probably could. Depending on what patient I'm dealing with. Like what type of patient I'm dealing with.
Like on level?
Like what level? Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could. I'm gonna be completely honest. Personally, I don't think I could. It's just it's a lot.
And the reason why is just because of what I wanted to do anyway. You never know who you'll be dealing with. So
Yeah, I never wanted to do any of it. It's just a lot. Everything I always wanted to go into was to be isolated. Whatever career was going to be isolated, and I'd surround myself with who I'm going to surround myself. Like for real, like what I went
I
to,
feel you.
what I went to college for. Literally, I didn't have to be around people, and I could have made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I pick and choose who I want to socialize with.
See, I wouldn't have had that.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I went to school for. So hey, it is what it is. But I started networking more, and I found out I'm more of I'm a very much so introvert, but I can be an extrovert at times.
It's oh dang. Anyway.
What's the term?
Yeah, like when you're both.
It is! You think pressing the juke button is going to make a person forget what they were doing? Where did this hammer come from? And in what part of this do you get the weapon away from the patient? Is Billy now on construction duty? Oh, nails good. You see, what happened was, a few years back, people used to beat the heck out of patients, so they changed the laws in order to protect them. Problem is, they overcorrected, and now patients have too many rights. For example, let's say a patient punches you in the face and breaks your jaw. You know what happens to them? Nothing! No jail, no prison, no hooking up the nips to car batteries, nothing. And you can go ahead...
Speaking of patients, remind me to tell you about something.
Nothing! No jail, no prison, no hooking up the nips to car batteries, nothing. And you can go ahead and press charges, but like Drake being told no, it's not going to change anything. Because in order to convict, you need evidence, and psych wards refuse to provide any in fear of violating HIPAA. You think your pinata face would be enough proof, but sadly, it isn't. I learned this the hard way when a patient named Tommy chomped down on my arm. And you might be thinking, oh well, maybe he was psychotic at the time. No! He knew exactly what he was doing. You see, Tommy is basically an internet troll. All day, every day is spent trying to instigate people. He'll harass, stalk, and pet staff members, all with the biggest smile on his face. Anyway, one day Tommy starts bothering another patient named Rick, and Rick is not the person you want to f*** with. Rick has a long history of violence and has been arrested 37 times. 37! I thought after 20 they just say, look, you had your chance. Not only that, but Rick's fists don't discriminate. He's assaulted police, COs, nurses, so I don't think no PC ass is off limits. Anyway, I keep separating Tommy and Rick, but Tommy just keeps coming back. Eventually I get fed up and I was like, look, Tommy, I'm not going to tell you again. Either go to your room or I'm going to call the doctor to give you an injection. Tommy responds appropriately by spitting in my face. And this is where I effed up. You see, instead
That
of...
would have been my last day.
No, I would whoop it. No,
That would have been my last day.
no. Would you quit or you putting up a fight back?
I'm not. No. I'm not gonna fight back. But that would have been my last day.
Oh, you quitting?
I'm quitting. Yeah, that would have been my last day.
I thought you were like, that was my last day. I would have turned that place. Nah,
I
you
just
going
be
straight to jail.
Yeah, because I can't go to jail. I can't do jail.
That's the reason why I gotta
can't do
tell
none
you.
of that stuff.
That's why I gotta tell you
that would be my
something.
last day, though.
I gotta tell you something after this, though.
manhandling Tommy like I wanted to, I decided to play by the rules and redirect him to the medication room. Problem was, once we got there, Tommy was free to drag me to the ground. And now it's a UFC match. Instinctively, I go for an armbar, but Tommy counters with a chomp to the forearm. Immediately, I hit him in the throat. He lets go, but not before taking a nice little chunk out of me. Eventually, I go to the hospital, where a thick nurse asks, what happened? Well, a hungry patient decided to have a little nibble. Maybe you should have fed him more. Or maybe I'm just a tasty treat. That's when I get a call from my supervisor telling me Tommy is HIV positive. Positive! Yeah, not only do I get stitches, but I also get that fear rattling around in my brain noodle.
Wow.
I also get a few days off from work, sure, but it's my own time. That's right, when you get injured, the hospital doesn't give you days off, so I had to use my own vacation time. Some people vacay in Hawaii while I sit home worrying about...
That is true. A lot of jobs, they don't give you, if you get injured, they suppose I ain't gonna say all jobs. I'm gonna say some jobs.
It just depends on what the job is.
Yeah, it depends on what the job is. If you get hurt, they'll make you use your own time. I was like, mother, if I'm sick from the job,
If I'm hurt from the job,
or sick,
or yeah, because you can't be
yeah. Like say for instance, when the vid was going around, a lot of jobs didn't want to be like, hey, you can have the time off. They were like, hey, you need to use up your PTO. You like, bro, I can't. If I got it, I can't even come to work. So what you want me to do? Well, if you don't got PTO, then hey.
Well, I'll come and get everybody sick then. What about that?
Cause he's like, so I gotta miss a paycheck. Well, it's either PTO or you don't get paid at all. All right, I'll be there. No, you can't come in because somebody gonna have to pay me.
Some.
Cause I ain't create this.
And I'm not putting in my days. I'm coming.
Yeah.
You go out the child.
Cause they, one of the job you working, that's how they was, wasn't it? They didn't want to pay. Then the policy had because the government had created a policy,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then they
at
said,
first they did.
and then they only honor it for a certain amount of time. Then they stop honoring it.
Yeah, it was like, something like that. It was on the BS. I was like, I can't really believe this folk.
Is off, so I had to use my own vacation time. Some people vacay in Hawaii while I sit home worrying about time. So I returned to work a week later and talked to Tommy's parole officer, who piled on more bad news, saying that even with an injury requiring stitches, there was nothing he could do. So what do you think Tommy did once he found out there were no consequences? Did he guess level up his troll game? Yep, turns out giving an a-hole a get-out-of-jail-free card is like giving Drake a preteen, saying, I hope you don't abuse this. And this is just one of many times I was injured at the psych center, not including all the psychological trauma. There was a stretch between February and November where I was legitimately worried about my life, mostly due to a patient named Tyrone. Tyrone has the 3 most dangerous qualities of any human.
What's his name, Tyrone, for real? Because now I'm thinking you're making up names.
Oh man!
Well, he would have to be making up names because he couldn't actually say like real names.
Yeah, that's violating
so-
what HIPAA. I think it's a HIPAA violation.
So especially if like you find out like what facilities.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tyrone.
He's dumb as
made
rocks,
up.
paranoid, and freakishly strong. He barely even worked out either. He was just built like a gorilla. And it's not even a race thing. If anything, I was the slave in our relationship. Fetch me some water, boy. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. But even with walking on eggshells, Tyrone would still get furious with me.
Oh,
Like I mentioned earlier, he's paranoid. If you just glanced at this dude wrong, he'd think you're plotting against him. But luckily, most of the staff knew how to handle Tyrone, which was just to ignore him. Engaging with someone paranoid only fuels their delusion. So the simplest strat is to just ignore him. However, one staff member named Jamal apparently didn't get the memo and starts arguing with Tyrone. I'm trying to separate him when Jamal says, stop talking about something and do it. Now my anxiety is skyrocketing. Because if Tyrone starts swinging at Jamal, I'm the best option to get him off, and I'm not a good option. Be like a preteen trying to wrestle Drake. You're so cute when you struggle. So I'm begging Jamal, come on, man, it's not worth it. But he just has to run his mouth again and say, I knew you were soft. And just like that, it's boss battle time. Tyrone grabs Jamal by the neck and just tosses him across the room, like he was playing frisbee with an infant, causing him to fly through the air before landing hard on the concrete. Then Tyrone starts charging towards Jamal when out of pure desperation, I yell, Chipotle! Tyrone hesitates. Chipotle, Tyrone! I'll go out right now and get you Chipotle if you leave Jamal alone. Panting, Tyrone goes, burrito. I'm like, yep, I'll get you a burrito right now, but you gotta chill, okay? Go to your room and I'll bring it to you. At this point, I can see the gears turning in his head, so with my heart pounding, I looked right at Tyrone and said, chicken burrito. Tyrone looks at me, nods, then heads back to his room. Staff quickly rushed
chicken
over to help
burrito?
out Jamal, who was clearly f***ed up. There's no blood, but he's making this wheezing sound of... Turns out he suffered a sprained forearm, dislocated wrist, and fractured hip. Yeah, all from one frisbee toss. Needless to say, he never came back to work, which was probably for the best, considering he had a habit of instigating the zoo animals. So whatever happened to Tyrone, well, I got good news. He was arrested.
Jamal was a worker.
You thought
I thought Jamal was one of the other patients.
No.
Yeah, put yours over there. I don't know why you all the way over here trying to control me.
But you thought Jamal was a patient.
I thought Jamal was a patient.
But listen to this, because you didn't hear this part. Listen.
Habit of instigating the zoo animals. So whatever happened to Tyrone, well, I got good news. He was arrested, charged, and later sentenced.
Why was Tyrone charged? But Skip and Tommy and what was the other
Ricky.
One?
Ricky wasn't involved with Tommy. Tommy spit on him.
Okay, why
and had HIV.
That's right. Why wasn't Tommy charged for all that stuff? But y'all want to charge the brother.
You better call Tyrone.
I'll tell you.
To 5 years in prison.
5 years.
There were no consequences. If anything, Tyrone's bad behavior was rewarded with Chipotle. That's because psych wards aren't fair. There's nothing fair about getting anxiety, being nibbled on, or thrown across the room when you're just trying to pick up a paycheck. So anybody out there thinking about working in a psych center, don't. But if you're poor and have no other option, then just remember, if you can't appeal to someone's mind, then try appealing to their stomach. How did you get HIV? The same way as everybody else. A hungry man. Think of psych wards like the Middle East, where the patients are the man and you're the woman. What's the worst job in America? As a coal miner, Uber driver, hand? I worked as a Mahata for 3 years, and I don't want to say it was hell, because there's a lot of cool people in hell. Prince, DMX, Kobe. There's no one cool in the psych ward. Interesting, sure, but no one I'd take a helicopter ride with. Positive. Society looks at a drooling person and sees a problem. Well, I see a solution. We're all thinking the same question. How dumb can a person be before tapping is illegal? We got gotta draw a line somewhere. Can't just be giving out low fives to every grunting girl. So how dumb is too dumb? What if she thinks the earth is flat, or crystals have healing powers, or condoms feel just as good as raw dogging? At what point does her ignorance become a red flag instead of a green light? I asked this because there was a patient at the psych center named Stacy who was aesthetically banging, but mentally a Pop-Tart. Now, I didn't have the desire to pet her untrimmed kitty, but other patients did. Staff would repeat it.
Oh my
Why you saying
gosh.
old fussy? I ain't gonna say it.
Don't say
I
it.
ain't gonna say it.
Because I was thinking it.
I know you were thinking it.
I said, oh, you got some people that they
don't-
just can't fight that temptation.
I don't see
That
nothing
urge.
wrong with a little.
I'm like, you know good and well you was wrong. You know good and well you had a whole...
Be like, the eye go real crazy once I get... My eyes already cocked. When I get on, I'm going to make them cross.
Child.
But like, who straighten your eyes up, girl? Girl, he would knock it.
Okay. Ow.
He knocked them straight, girl.
Pop-Tart. Now, I didn't have the desire to pet her untrimmed kitty, but other patients did. Staff would repeatedly catch her playing the who's in my mouth game, which was such a nightmare, because patients porking will get you in trouble, but patients assaulting will get you fired. And whenever the IQ threshold for consent is, Stacy was right on the border. Sure, she could answer basic questions, but her brain came with a built-in buffer, like trying to play Elden Ring on a Chromebook. Anyway, the good news is Stacy was eventually transferred to an all-female unit, where it was clear no one wanted to taste her seafood. I didn't hear no. Positive? You know what you want to do?
What in the world?
This
That was
video
crazy.
was crazy, bro.
That was great.
This is a crazy video, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Crazy, man.
that is a, what was the title? Whatever. That is a bad job to have.
Yeah.
I mean, if you gotta work it, work it.
Somebody
Some people can put it. Some
No,
people know how
I'll
to
say
handle.
this. Somebody got to do the job.
Somebody has to do the job, and some people love like stuff like that.
They love the
Like,
challenge.
Yeah, like they know like certain people like what tick them off and what
Yeah.
they can handle that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I can't handle it, though.
Yeah.
But hey, y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar.